Okay, now one of the first things I want to teach you is what we call a walking bass line. All right, now a walking bass line, they call it that because, well, it sounds kind of, the notes are kind of walking along, they're changing. You hear a lot of that in boogie woogie music, you hear a lot of it in like the 50s, that kind of thing. And I'm going to give you an example. When we talk about a walking bass line, we're talking about something like this. Every song from the 1950s sounds exactly like that. I mean, seriously, one of the gags that I do when I'm out on a gig is to sit down and just play a walking bass line riff like this and say, you know, I'm going to play like 10 different songs and I'm never going to change anything. And I'll go, you know, good golly, Miss Molly, you sure like the ball. Then, tutti frutti on a Rudy, tutti frutti on a Rudy, ooh, tutti frutti on a Rudy. A wop bop a loop bop a lop bama, don't be cruel to a heart that's true. You know, you ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Anyway, we're not going to keep going, but as you can see, like oodles and oodles of songs can be used in that template from that era. So what we're going to do is I'm going to teach you a couple of different kinds of walking patterns that you can use in your left hand, and I'm going to show you what to do with your right hand to just kind of fill out the sound. Very simple. Now, in the key of C, I want you to find not the lowest C on the piano, but one octave up from it. Okay? So there's middle C. Go down one octave, and go down one more octave, and I want you to put your left pinky finger right there on that C. Okay? Now, the first pattern that I think is really useful to use goes like this. Okay? So it's really pretty simple. You give yourself a tempo, and it's a swingy tempo, so it's not 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and you got to use your feel. You know, I can't teach you how to be cool, all right? I can teach you the right notes, but you got to have your own soul. But I trust you. You wouldn't be buying this video if you didn't have any soul, all right? Because we're here to put soul back into music, unlike what most music teachers do, just suck it out of you. So what we're going to do is we're going to start right there on that C, and basically if your tempo are 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, you're going to be playing on quarter notes, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So first note is C. Now I like to use my third finger for the next note, but personally I think you can do it in whatever, if you'd prefer to use your fourth finger or whatever you want to do, as long as you hit all the notes. I'm not here to teach you technique. I'm here to teach you the right notes and whatnot, and I'll tell you what I do technique wise, but if something else works for you, by all means just go for it. So we start with a pinky finger on C. The second note is an E natural. Okay, and that's what I like to use. I like to use the old middle finger, the bird there. And then I like to use my index pointer finger on the next note, which is a G. And then you bring your thumb down on an A. Okay? So again, C, E, G, A. That's the pattern, and you just repeat it over and over, okay? So in time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4. Alright? Not rocket science by any means. Now, I want to point out, this is sort of a simplified version of a boogie woogie riff. A boogie woogie, there's a lot of different ways to do it. One of the more popular ones is, you do octave.